Welcome everyone. Appreciate your inner silence all the time. Worldly person has addiction to thoughts, addiction to doership, addiction to what next. What next keeps us in excitement. Sometimes every next project makes us feel of some worth, some goal, some busyness. One of the reasons is that in our society, a successful person is the one who has accomplished some work on earth. even if it is for self-fulfillment. People earn a lot of money or a position for themselves, but still the society appreciates them. They say, oh, how successful he is. People take those people as their role models, emulate them. If we don't do any work, sitting in our house, appreciating our silence, we are of no use to society from their standards. As we all live in society and understand this truth, somehow it affects us, and we also wants to prove our worth and gets into this rut, this cycle of pleasing our society and people. This is all part of our ego only. Work done through body is not a problem. Successful from the viewpoint of society is also not a problem. Body can be successful or unsuccessful from society point of view according to its destiny. But the question comes, who are we? Are we this body? Are we the person living in body who wants appreciation from society and then dies? Or are we something else which is above all appreciation, which does not need any so-called respect from society, not looking for respect? People sometimes speak to me and they say, my family don't respect me, or the people around me don't respect me. What respect do you need? From whom and why? And then they say, can I get a little bit respect? From whom are you asking respect? Whom? Who are these people? And who are you who is looking for respect? These types of dialogues and then talking about Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi. Do you think there is any match? These are all not just Mahavakyas written in book. This is something to experience all the time. Merge with Brahman, merge with that, be one with that. Our questions, our doubts, our feelings, emotions, our perception of this word all shows where we are right now. We can hide from everyone, we can't hide from ourselves. Intention behind what we say, what we do, is everything. The moment we do something good for someone because we think that person is important, or that person can help us, or that person has already helped us, takes away love out of it. It becomes business. Without intention, goodness will flow through us. If we have no identification with mind and body, then we are raw, undifferentiated, pure, without filter of conditioning. Then we become pure gold without impurity. Then we are non-dual Advait. What is duality? Nothing but our mind. Mind says, I am this man, I have this body, I have these thoughts. It identifies ourselves with everything, with nation, caste, creed, religion, profession, family, relatives, society, brother, sister, parents, child. We have hundred of identities, not just one. The moment body is dead, all identities are lost. But because we have identified with all these, death is not freedom. Those attachments give rise to another form to fulfill those attachments, not as a punishment. God never punishes anyone. God is always full of compassion. Even when we think we are suffering or going through a bad time, it is only grace. But we cannot identify with our ego that this is pure grace. When we surrender our ego, we realize each moment is full of grace. Move from thoughts to inner silent awareness. It is eternal, perpetual, always there. Even in your sleep, it never sleeps. Not sure how many people can identify with this pure awareness. Some people think this awareness is the one which is watching everything. Because we sometimes use the term drashta, witness. This witness has no eyes. Without eyes, it is watching. Without ears, it is listening. Without body, it is doing. And without any intention, good work flows. Without any efforts, it's meditating on itself. It is the subject, it is the object. Constant japa is going on. In this reflection, the body is something it's doing, sleeping, eating, drinking. It has no relationship with bodily activities or bodily states. When the ego, that little self which thinks I am the mind body, disappears in this knowledge of awareness, then that awareness which is everywhere, also in this body, gives its pure energy unfiltered by mind. But it cannot say that now I control the body. And body can never say that who is controlling it. Body has no clue. In middle of the two was ego, which said, I control, I am this body, I am the doer, I am the enjoyer and I am the sufferer. Now the body suffers, who will say I am suffering if there is no ego? If the body is going through prarabdha karma, and let's say suffering, whatever suffering it is, now who will say it is my prarabdha karma and I am suffering? Who will? Awareness? Brahman? Body? Who will ask questions? This is my situation. This is what these people have done to me. I never did bad. I am very humble, nice person. And people treat me like that. What should I do? This storyteller, where will he be? He will survive after knowing awareness. People tell me that they were living as Brahman, awareness. And then their ego came, and now my ego is doing this. Who talks like that? My ego, my body, my mind. What is left? Nothing is left. They say, I am Brahman. This is my body, this is my mind, this is my ego. And I am Brahman. Brahman is also your crazy thought, nothing else. Mind creates everything as a concept. When we listen from mind, it makes everything as a concept. It interprets in its own way. Even the purest teaching is distorted. A realized being wrote something, and then all these centuries, it becomes like a Chinese whisper. People have interpreted all these teachings in their own way, with their own ego and conditioning, with a completely distorted meaning. And when the ego doesn't like the way it was said, it sometimes deletes stuff from the original to suit their own ego. And that is why If you can't trust the source, go for the fresh, new revival, someone who has experienced self now, rather than looking into thousands of years old books which you cannot trust. You don't know whether everything written is right. And with the grace of that pure divine energy, there are always people who have just now realized their flowering have happened just now. Speak to them, talk to them. They are the best source. When Bhagavan had realization, one of his attendants used to bring books from the library and used to show it to Bhagavan. Look, this is written about this type of thing. I'm sure he must have brought hundreds of different books, and Bhagavan selected. He was such a nice man. He never said, this book is wrong, don't read this. He only said that these books exactly says the same what I have experienced. And that is why there are a list of books which Bhagavan recommended to read, to contemplate on truth. How fortunate we are that all his teachings are unadulterated and presented to us in original form what was being said. Though his primal teaching is silence, but he agreed that everything has a place in your practice. To start with worshipping idols. One of his devotees who stayed with him for a few years, and he realized that how much he has evolved. He said, just throw away these idols in the river now. You don't need it. So there is a place for each tool of meditation. When its job is done, you can move on. Let's say you have to climb a higher top. You use a ladder. Now you're on top. But if you hold on to that ladder, then what is the use? You have to drop the ladder now. Now there might be something else you might use or do. He has beautifully explained that how the worship has a place, and then you can do japa. How japa makes your mind concentrated to meditate on that. And then self-inquiry comes to you naturally. Someone with a very distorted mind cannot do self-inquiry. And nothing to feel about it that, look, that is the best method. Why can't I do that? There's nothing like best, or whatever works for us is best. on this journey of knowing truth, all the right things comes to us at right time. I know some people use combination of techniques. They do some breathing techniques, read scriptures, do some sort of japa, contemplate on truth, sit in silence every day, change their food habits, work habits. Everything works. If I ask you to do self inquiry whole day, day and night, even if you want to do it, you can't. You want to watch something, read something, go for a walk. But you can pick up your pursuits and you can shift from one thing to other. But the goal is same. So you can pick up reading for that, listening for that, watching for that. But again, I would say don't watch, listen, read something very contrast. You're following self-inquiry and then you're going into tantra. You're wasting your time. Focus on that, whatever your method is. When you have right devotion, right method will come to you at right time. Paramatman is the name of that compassion who fulfills all our desires, good or bad. Then why can't he fulfill this purest desire? When we have intense longing, it just happens. An intense longing We have intense devotion to the teacher, to method, to practice. In my understanding of truth, intense longing, Mumukshutva, is the key. If you don't have, nobody can create in you. But if you have, there is full grace on you. It has to happen. This word, what we see, this body, what we feel, these thoughts which are coming to us, this is result of our interest in it. Our liking, our disliking, our attachment, our aversion. When our all interest is in that, behind this scene, then this scene starts disappearing. It is so fake, but it is hard to explain to anyone for whom this is so real. It looks solid, multiple dimension. You touch your body, you feel it. There are people, there are objects. Do you ever feel in middle of intense dream that it is unreal? Sometimes we have lucid dream, especially if the dream is very unpleasant. Somehow we get out of it and we realize, oh, it is a dream. Do you have the same feeling now with this body, that this is all a dream, it is fake? Does it disappear with your eyes open? It just disappears. So many people went to Bhagavan with that intense longing. And he was sitting and they couldn't see him. And they thought they have come and he will come. And he was sitting, they couldn't see, there was nothing there. And then later they found the bodies coming and bodies there. There were people like Mastan who couldn't even enter the ashram. On the gate he had like a rider and he got samadhi there without even seeing him. And then there were people who stayed with him all their life, couldn't get even a glimpse of truth. He was the same Bhagavan, impartial, giving the same light to everyone. Some received it, some never. Some received it even when they never saw him. Some received it even when he left his body. Some received who have never been to India, never seen him. You can receive the same knowledge from a teacher when you keep that teacher in your heart. Because he is in your heart. Ramana and us, we are not two. When we had this intense longing, he came out in a form. Because this whole what you see is your dream, waking dream. And we are fortunate that in this dream we are having a teaching to come back to the source. How many people are ready for that or get that teaching in their house without spending a penny, without going anywhere? Not that the teaching has no value, it is priceless. How many feel that it is priceless? When you give teaching utmost importance, when you pay attention, you don't take it as granted. It does miracles. But if you have no regard, no respect, you take it as just a talk. You can keep listening to for millions of years, it will not do any change in you. Because first thing is, change should be in us, not in the teacher. Teacher is the same. We have to open our heart. We have to tap into the frequency of the teacher. Then it works. If our frequency is of ego and the teacher is from awareness, all what the teaching is will go on to the ego only, to the mind. In Vedanta, in Advaita, listening is the practice. Shravan. Shravan, listening, manan, remembering, nidhi dhyasana, contemplating on truth to make it you. This is the practice. That is why listening with the right attitude, remembering with the right attitude, and then contemplating with the right intention is so important. There is listening and there is a listening. There's difference between listening. Listening should strike a chord, should make some change in you. If it's not making change, either the teaching is fake, teacher is fake, or you are fake, or both are fake. If teacher is fake, leave him. If you are fake, fix yourself. But don't waste time. We don't have that much of time to waste. A lot of people keep these activities for the end of life. End of life, anything can happen. Alzheimer's disease, some neurological illness, mental health issue, bodily issues. And you keep it to end, garbage is collected in our brain, in our mind. It is much more than before. You need a lot of strength to get rid of it. Now there is no strength. When we intensely work to abide in awareness, as I said, this is perpetual awareness. Your deep, intense focus in daytime will take you even in your dream time. There also you will be feeling that awareness. In deep sleep, you feel that awareness. Because you don't feel you are that, but there is no right word to say about it. It never stops. 3 states of waking, dream, deep sleep is not your state. You are out of these states. Even when you think you are in these states, you are always in that 4th eternal state, Turiya. But we don't feel it because we never look there. Once you have idea of this awareness, this current of awareness, then all our other identifications drop. People think mind is subtle. Mind is not subtle. Thoughts are solid. This whole world is made up of thought only. What we see, this is quite solid, isn't it? It has all come from thought. Mind is matter. Mind creates all this matter. Mind creates man. Subtlest is us, awareness. Unchanging. Move from changing to unchanging. When you remember this unchanging awareness, you cannot remember anything. All your identities dissolve. You don't have to fix it. One eye gone, everything is finished. All illusion is gone. Now you are awareness. You see but don't see. You listen but don't listen. You speak but don't speak. What question, what doubt? The one who doubts is in asking mode, is untraceable. Now you look for that person, you can't find. In the light of awareness, everything dissolves. Where is Guru? Where is Chela? Where is student? All looks like a joke. When you're out of dream, what importance you will give to the dream? We all are pure awareness. Only awareness. Awareness only aware of itself. Not any awareness which is looking around and looking into the world and perceiving and thinking. Only self can know self. Not an external being or a scientist or a machine. Self is beyond time and space constant, in which only forms appear and disappear. It's like a matrix in which everything is happening. The moment you transcend from it, nothing is happening. All happening is just play. If you ask me what is the purpose of play, I would say to get out of it. There is no other purpose. If you think getting out of it is not the purpose, then you find your purpose and be in it. I don't find any purpose in it. What is the purpose of your dream at night? People talk about purpose of life. They want to leave a legacy. Who is watching it after you become dust? If you live in this mortal body and think you are the body, then you are mortal. You're not immortal. What you believe, you become. Remember this. Remember only awareness as you. Rest will take care of itself. Some jnani, they speak about their body is going from this place to that place, and this thing happened with the body. You can speak like this, but even if you say, I went, doesn't matter. You should know who went, who didn't. When you speak to the people who are still dreaming, you speak their language. You speak what people can understand. But truth of the matter is, we are Brahman. It is so nice to see that so many people are there who are still interested in this Kali Yuga to get out of it. I think at least in Kali Yuga we should get out of it. Satyuga must be better. If we understand this, we are fortunate that Bhagavan's teachings came to us. And we are able to understand it and transcend. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Arunachal Ramanaya Om. Om Shanti Shanti.